Hello, welcome back. This is Wency from Wency's Toys channel, and today I will be reviewing the LEGO set 71756, the Hydro Bounty from the LEGO Ninjago series of 2021. So let's get right to it.
Okay, so now let's take on a look at the minifigures. So this is one of the villains that come with this set, and it's the generic Maori guard. That's Maaray guard, and it's stylized like the serpent villains in the Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu season. But we are now at the Seabound season, so this is water-based. And as you can see here, he has lime or sea green accents on his neck, as well as his eyes and nose. And he has this sea dragon like armor printing on his torso and on the legs, and he has sea green hands as well, and he has this golden shoulder armor as part of his accessories, and his weapon is a dragon hilted sai blade. As you can see here, it's a sai blade, and as you can see at the back, he also has some nice sea dragon like printing, as well as a highlight here on his head. And since this is one of the bigger sets, we have the main villain here. He is called Prince Calamar, Kalamar, and he has, of course, a squid-like figure. So he has a very unique leg figure here, and it's supposedly, since this is a pun on the calamari, it's a squid-like legs here, and he has very nice printing here as what you would expect from royalty, as well as a nice torso print. And he has a nice squid head here for the minifigure. He has gold hands, a golden armor for his shoulders, and of course he has a trident. As you can see here, it's a trident. So you can see here, it's a trident with a sai at the end. And looking at the side profile, he has a very big squid-like lower portion of the minifigure. It's very, very nice and very, very detailed. I like it. And he also has the dragon printing here, and it's very, very nice and very detailed and very different from his guards. And of course, since this is the one of the big sets, we have all 6 ninjas here, and we have here Lloyd, Jay, and Kai here. And the reason why I grouped them all here is because they're the ones who have hair pieces. So this is Jay's hair piece, Kai's hair piece here, and this is Lloyd's hair piece here, as you can see here. So they both have, these are the only ninjas in this set that would have hair pieces, and they have very nice printing at the torso and at the legs. We remove the hair pieces here. You can see the leg printing as well. And as you can see, the torso printings have all different scuba gear printings. So they are not all the same as far as how their scuba gear is connected to them. But the scuba gear in itself is one piece. So if I take Jay here and remove his headpiece, and as you can see here, if I remove the leg piece, the lower portion of the scuba gear is connected to the leg piece first, and then the chest piece. Okay, So, and then you can see the breather here. And of course, all of them have a smiley face at the back. And if we remove the scuba gear, and then you connect the hairpiece, then you would get this kind of look, which is kind of odd if you just remove the tank. But I guess since this is the websuit, then I guess you can have the harnesses here as well, but it kind of looks weird. As you can see at the back, they still have the harnesses there as well, printed there. And here they are with their hair pieces connected to them and showing the smiley face. And if we look at their back sides, yes, they still have all their harness printing at the back, which is a nice effect, although you won't be able to see this if you got the scuba gear connected to them. And each of the scuba gears have a slot for their katanas. Okay, and the last three, no, not the last three, but the other three ninjas here are Nia, Zane, and Cole. They don't have hair pieces, which is kind of a disappointment because it would have been nice if all the ninjas also had their hair pieces with them. But as you can see, their printing is a little bit different from each and every one. And of course, Zane will not have a secondary face because he's a ninjoid. So his back printing on his face would be that of a ninjoid. But if you look at their backside, their secondary faces are all you can see the backside of each of them. They all have their happy face, but of course Zane doesn't have it as he has the ninjoid back. One thing that you may have noticed when I was reviewing the ninjas, they all have katanas as well as blasters. And their blasters have unique attachments to them. So Nia has a sai. Zane has, I don't know if this is a beam ray. Cole has a drill. Lloyd has a spear attached to his. Kai has a short sword. And Jay has a harpoon. So it's a nifty little thing for each of the minifigures, and I think it's great. And last but not the least, I don't know if you can call this a minifigure, but this is the Woobot. So in this set, we don't have Master Wu, but we have his Woobot. So you get two of these in this set. As you can see here, I have the second one here on my hand. And he has a nice printed tile for his face that looks like a computer screen with his avatar here. And he has a simple printed white leg piece here, and he has his signature hat. Okay, let's take a look at the side builds now. So for this one, this is the Prince's Chariot, of course, right? So since it's sea-bound series, then everything is under the sea. So his chariot is being pulled by a manta ray. Not sure if this is a new mold, but I'm thinking it's not. And I like the printing. And I like that they used a manta ray that would be pulling the Prince's Chariot. And this manta ray has a nice brick-built dagger-like protrusions here so that it looks menacing. And it's pulling a chariot that's a pretty simple build. And it has some stickers here at the sides. And you can put the prince here holding his trident and pulling the reins pretty comfortably. And it looks pretty nice overall. I like the build and I like the overall shape of this one. The next side build that I would like to discuss is this mini sub. And it's a pretty nice side build as well. So as you can see here, this has a green coloring signifying that this is piloted by Lloyd. And then there's also a black one that is going to be piloted by Cole. It's a simple mini sub that only has some Technic pieces and a L-shaped configuration here and a Technic piece to have some sort of propeller here. The one thing though that I'm most curious about is how Lloyd will fit here with his scuba gear. So let's try it here. Because in the box art, he's there with his hair, but since Cole has a mini sub too and he doesn't have a hairpiece, then it should be that they both have this scuba gear. And the canopy hits the helmet pretty hard. And as you can see here, there's a pretty big gap, signifying that this mini sub will have water inside it. So which is kind of weird, right? And the mini subs have a very distinct difference also, aside from the coloring, is the accessory here. So since this is Lloyd, he has this harpoon-like accessory here, as opposed to Cole has his drill bit here. And these mini subs have a feature that is inside the main build. Okay, so this is the main build. So this is the Hydro Bounty. And like all Destiny's Bounty ships, like the Land Bounty and the Destiny's Bounty, this is the main ship of the ninjas during this Seabound season. And it is long, but it's not that big. It's just long. As you can see here, right, if I move the camera, it is quite long. As you can see, it's more than a foot long, and there is a reason for this. As I said, the mini subs have a feature here that you can actually lift up this part of this Hydro Bounty, and you can put the mini subs in here as like so. Okay, and they need to face each other. And there's actually connectors inside so that they can snugly fit in there. Then you can close this up, and then that's that whole mini sub that's inside a sub. So I would call this Hydro Bounty not as a ship, but more of a submarine. And it seems like the Seabound series is all underneath the sea. So it's fairly good that they made a submarine out of the Hydro Bounty. And there are a lot of play features in this set. And let me just go right through them. So here at the back, as you can see, there is a couple of stickers here, and of course on the other side as well. The fin here is actually a plastic piece, which is nice that they didn't make this like a large sticker. It's more like the last series of Ninjago Lego sets. And there is also a sticker underneath here, which you can barely see, right? But there is also a play feature for this part of the ship. There is, while building this, you have to have a string that goes across this main bridge area here. And actually, if you turn it from the back, there's something that you can pull that actually opens up these engine parts. It's sort of like acting like an air brake. I'm not sure what this would do inside the series, as I haven't been able to watch it yet, but it's an interesting feature. Unfortunately, these should open up at the same time, but as you can see, the string is not taut or acting the way that I like it. So first it pulls this one, and then if you pull it more, it pulls the other one. So not sure if you can make that all in one go as the instructions say, but that's how that play feature works. And to put it back, you just, since it's a pulley string, if you just push this back, it will not go back to the original position. You have to actually either pull the engine in or close the fins like here. And then also there's a cockpit area. So all of this roof portion you can remove. That will show you the cockpit area. So this is the inside of the cockpit area, and you can fit two of the ninjas here. So here's Kai, and I put him with his hairpiece, and Jay here, and it's a snug fit since their hands will be touching, but they can fit there as there are stud pieces there that you can put them in. And you can also put a Woobot here as the sort of captain, and there is a nice printed compass piece there, and the wheel actually moves here, as you can see. So that is a nice feature there. And even with the minifigures inside, you can close all of that with the canopy piece, as you can see here. And then also there's also a canopy here as a viewport, I believe. And there's this submarine telescope here as well. And once you move along the body, it's an all-white Hydro Bounty. But there are some nice gribblings here, so they made some lanterns here with the dragon logo for the ninjas and a dragon hilt here, dragon decorations here. That's a pretty nice touch. But everything out here is all white and it's all hollow. And you've got some nice fin action here, and you can also put, actually there is a spring-loaded shooter in here. So you can add the spring-loaded shooter here, and there's that also orange light piece there. But you can have the orange spring-loaded shooter here, and there you go. Last but not the least, we can discuss about the front of the ship. So the front of the ship is the last thing that you will be building for this set. And if you've seen my fast build, then you would know what this front of the ship looks like, right? So there's a couple of stickers here. There's one here, and there's of course a matching one on the other side. But this ship, or this part of the ship, actually detaches from the main sub. So if I pull it out here, as it is only held by those clips there, you can actually, you would think that this is just a different kind of submersible, but if you look here, there are eyes. So actually, you can transform this part of the ship as a bot. So you can turn this on the side and actually remove the clipping here. There's another clip there, and you can move this as part of its feet, and these are its arms. So it's not that stable or clear cut, but it is a bot, as you can see here, and it's actually being piloted again by another Woobot. So you can put a Woobot inside and pilot it. You can see there, or you can put one of the ninjas there to pilot that piece of the sub. Pretty nifty trick, right? And that's it for my review of the Lego set 71756, the Hydro Bounty from the Lego Ninjago series for the Seabound season. And I hope that you liked my review, and if you do, please hit the thumbs up button and please hit subscribe, as YouTube analytics say that more than 90% of you have not yet subscribed to my channel, and it would help me a lot in bringing you more reviews like this in the future. Thank you very much. Ninjago!